Hey there. Happy Thursday or Friday. I thought this was Thursday. I think it's Friday. Tell me if it's Friday. It's the 5th of June. We made it to the summer. How's everybody doing? I want to hear about your summer plans. So, are you doing something fun? Are you just going to stay home? Are you putting in a garden? What are you doing? I'm doing most of that. I don't think I'm going to take any trips this summer except up to Lake Tahoe because it's only about an hour, hour and a half from me right now. And I am gardening. And I'm going to show you guys something in just a few minutes. Good morning. Hey, oh, Amy, hi. How are you? Are you going to be there on Sunday for the girls' chat? The girls that went on the Yucatan trip with me, I think I need to button up my shirt. I'm showing a little bit more of Kimberly than I wanted to. The girls who went down to the Yucatan with me, we're still like hanging out. We're doing a Zoom chat on Sunday, and we have a little text thread. I'll tell you what, let me tell you my takeaway from that trip. We had the most perfect group of women because everybody had something different. Like if you wanted a fashion girl, that's her. If you wanted the fun party girl, that's her. If you wanted the caring, compassionate girl, that's her. I mean, it was so much fun. Everybody had such a place and we all just fit together. We had such a good time. I wish I could do it all over again. I wonder if they feel the same way. I would want to do it all over again. And it's the kind of thing, it's like, if you try to recreate it, it never works as good as the first time. So I'm really grateful to all of you guys who went on the trip with me. Oh, hey, Yorkshire, England, you guys are still up. It's evening there, isn't it? Yeah. I like doing early lives because then my friends in England, Great Britain can watch too. So that's always fun. I just want to show you guys something I'm super, super proud of. Look at this. I'm adding blueberry farmer to my resume. These are from the blueberry plants that I planted just a couple months ago when I moved in here. I planted 4 plants, and this is just from yesterday's harvest. And I didn't even take them all because I'm leaving one bush for the neighbors and the neighbors' girls so they can have blueberries and pick some. So I'm getting enough blueberries to have blueberries every night. Tonight I'm going to make a blueberry cobbler. I'm going to cut way down on the sugar and the flour and mostly just put blueberries, and then I'm going to add a little honey and yogurt when I have it. Aren't those gorgeous? And you can get different kinds. Some are bigger than others. Some are juicier than others. Really fun. So I'm now a blueberry farmer. That's part of the whole thing. All right. Hey, Michigan, how are you? Oh, it's 7 p.m. in the UK. Great. Wonderful. I'm glad you guys are here. We have a boss event to talk about, and I'm so excited about this one because it's something that you might not think about and something that not everybody knows about, but I'm going to share with you my experience. It's the company is CBDistillery, and they do CBD tinctures and gummies. And let me just tell you how I got started on it. I actually started on CBD oil. I think it's been 10 or 11 years now. And the reason I did is I started waking up in the morning and having to crack my fingers to get them to start working. And I didn't like that. And it I wouldn't say it scared me, but it sort of concerned me because my grandmother, bless her heart, my grandmother was the sweetest woman on the planet. My grandmother's hands were like this as when she was younger than me, like in her 50s. Her knuckles were really huge. I mean, arthritis in her hands. And my mom's were getting that way too before she passed. And I did not want that to happen to me because first of all, it's very uncomfortable and it doesn't look great. And I didn't want to lose mobility in my hands because I do so much with my hands. So I looked up holistic remedies because you guys know the last place I'm going to go when I'm sick is to the doctor. That's just me. If you're different, that's fine. That's just me. And I found CBD oil and I decided to try it. And let me tell you, if you're new to CBD oil, you do not know how lucky you are. You seriously do not know how lucky you are because way back then, 10, 11 years ago, it was in its infancy. In other words, there just weren't that many companies making it, and they weren't very good at it. I mean, it worked, but it tasted horrible. Most of them taste horrible, like the back end of the horse. That's how I describe it. I'm not kidding you, like horse manure. It was so bad. And I would try different ones, and they tasted terrible, but it did help with my hands. And then I had a friend who worked in one of those dispensary stores, and she was the buyer, and she would buy the different CBD oils, and she'd have me test and try them to see which ones that she should buy. And so I did that. And so I really know CBD oils, and most of them are terrible, and the quality is inconsistent. And, there just wasn't much to recommend it other than the fact that it worked. So what I found from taking the CBD oil for my hands, and this is 10 years later. So here are my hands now, and you can see I do have a little bit of knuckle enlargement from getting older, which I think we all do, but my hands do not have arthritis at all. So 10, 11 years later, my hands are doing really good. And what I learned along the way is that if I took it at night, it really helped me to sleep. Well, lo and behold, the whole industry caught on to that. And that is where the industry has gone. And it is so much better now than it was. It is so much better. And so the boss event for this month is CBDistillery. I am really, really liking their line. I started using this probably about 8 or 9 months ago. I used to use another brand, and there were some issues, and I just couldn't support the company anymore because of the issues. And so I went around looking for another company, and I really, really love these guys. Not only is the product really good, they're great. They're great to work with. In other words, they're very professional. They're very responsive, very, very just wonderful people. And I work with a lot of small businesses, and I know what to look for, and they're doing a good job. So they have 2 main types in their line. The one is Shhh. I call it Shhh. And this is for sleep. And the other is Ahhh, and it's for pain relief. Now, when I first got the samples in from them, I was really interested in this because I learned that it really helps me to sleep. And so I just focused on this. Well, this wasn't really high on my list because I don't have any pain. I don't have any chronic pain. I know some people have injuries. I don't. And I didn't know when I would use something that was for pain relief. Well, a few weeks back, my abs were so sore. I had worked out really hard, and the next day my abs were so sore. I took some of this, and it is so effective. It is so effective. It was like I took it in a little dropper full, and I sort of went around, my day doing, the dishes and not really paying attention or even really remembering that I'd taken it. And then I realized about 30 minutes later that I wasn't in pain anymore. So this is what the bottle looks like. It comes in a tincture, and then they also have gummies. And when I first got this in, I focused on the tincture because that's what I was used to. And I really didn't pay any attention to the gummies. But since then, I've been using the gummies and I actually kind of like them. So this is what the gummies look like right here. Let me pull one out for you. So, they're just like little candies. So don't get them around the grandkids. Don't do that. And it just works really, really well. And the tincture tastes lovely. It doesn't taste icky. And these taste like candy because, they probably are made a little bit like candy. So I'm really liking both of them. The one that I really take is the Shhh because I like it for sleep. and I like it for my hands. So this is the tincture. And I just, this one is just open. So I just put a dropper full underneath my tongue, probably like the hour before I'm going to head off to bed. And, I sleep like a baby. You'll sleep like a baby. If you have not tried CBD oil yet, it's not the stuff that we smoked at parties in high school. It's completely different. It has more of a relaxing effect. It doesn't have that goofy effect. So if you're worried about that, that's not this. This is a different part of the plant, and it's processed differently. So it's a whole different thing. They have different formulations on their site. I'm not as familiar with them as I am with the tinctures and the gummies. Another thing is they also have a version specifically formulated for pets. And I actually have used CBD for my pets. One of the most recent times was when I was in Florida and there was a hurricane, and I didn't want either my cat or my dog to get totally stressed out. So I gave them each a little bit of CBD oil formulated for pets, and it really helped them through because, if you've ever been in a hurricane, it's pretty dramatic in that it's very loud and very disturbing. So they do have one for pets. So if you have a pet and they have trouble with thunderstorms or other issues like Halloween, that whole doorbell ringing all night long, they have them for pets as well. So this is the boss event for this month. And I want to thank CBDistillery for doing the boss event. 30% off the viewers of Pretty Over 50 all month long. So 30% off all month long. And they have lots and lots of different formulations over on their site of these two, the Ahhh and the Shhh. And it has to do with strength. So if you're new to CBD oil and you think you want to try it and you don't know which one, you kind of have to look at what you feel like you're comfortable with or what your body does when you take something. For instance, if you're really sensitive, I would definitely start with the lowest. They have the lowest percentage, and they do it in milligrams, and it's on the bottles, and it's also on the website. You can see the different strengths. So if you're new to it, or if you are someone who has you're very sensitive to something, I would start with the lower and then work your way up if you feel like that's what you want to do. So this is the boss event for this month. I'm really grateful to them. They're a wonderful company and the products are really, really good. So they have the tinctures and they have the gummies in both of the Shhh and the Ahhh. And I've used both in both. Right now, I did some work in the yard yesterday and my back is killing me. So I might take the Ahhh before I go to bed tonight instead of the Shhh, just to hit that little creak in my back. Okay, I'm gonna hop over to the chat and see if you guys have any questions. Sarasota, how's Florida? Is it warm there? I miss Florida. I love Florida so much. Florida in the house. What part? We have Sarasota. What part of Florida? Does it make you feel high? That's such a good question. No, it doesn't. And that's why I said it's not like the stuff we smoked in high school. I never inhaled. It is new. I actually never really did that, not because I had any, moral issues around it. I just didn't like the feeling. No, it doesn't. It just makes you feel really relaxed is what it does. It's a different part of the plant. And to be honest with you, I don't understand that as much as other people who understand the different formulations. So no, it's a different part of the plant. And there's a part of the plant that makes you feel high, and there's a part of the plant that makes you feel relaxed. And this is the part of the plant that makes you feel relaxed. So that's why you can feel really comfortable taking it. It's not kind of thing. Hi from Houston. Hey, Houston. I'm glad you're here. I love CBD and take it daily also. Why did you start taking it? And have you noticed anything with your joints? All my joints feel pretty darn good for my age. I'm going to be 70 in just a couple months, so I'm feeling pretty good. CBD doesn't have THC. That's what it is. That's the stuff that would get you high. THC is what makes you high. Yes, thank you, Holly. That's very helpful. Doesn't your MITO red light therapy lamp help your aching back, Kimberly? You know what? I need to put it on my back, or maybe I'll use my chin to chest and just put it on my back so I can just lean up against it. I was lifting stuff and I pulled my muscles a little bit. So that's my sob story for the day. I'm sure it's nothing compared to what some people are going through. I just never have pain really, so I get to whine about that just today. That's my big thing. So I want to hear the other Florida. J-Ro Love. What part of Florida are you from? I'm actually missing Florida a lot, and I'm kind of mulling over maybe spending some time there during the winter when it's super cold here, and I don't like being cold. So that's my latest plans. Okay, does anybody have any questions about CBDistillery, the Boss event for this month? It's all linked in the description box down below. It's 30% off all month on, only for the viewers of Pretty Over 50. So it's exclusive to us, 30% off, which is really, really nice to do. Okay, does anybody want to see the market bag update? Do they deliver to the UK? I don't know. Why don't you go over inside and see if they'll do it? I don't know. There might be some, issues with it because, not all states will let you order it, which I think is weird. It's like all the things that big pharma can't get their fingers into. They want to make sure it makes it harder. So I have market bag updates if anybody wants to see the market bags. Thanks, Joe. That's great. Okay. So I've been wildly crocheting more market bags. I need to have another sale, maybe at the end of summer. So this is the one that I'm working on now. This is a littler one, and it looks like sherbet to me. Doesn't it look like sherbet to you? I think I'm going to name this next round of market bags after food, except I'm not sure there's some foods that. So here's another one. This is for my warm tone lovers. Isn't that fun? This is a bigger one. The one I'm working on right now is smaller. So this is, and you know what I'm going to do for a video that's coming up, because I've had so many people ask me about the pattern, and I don't use a pattern. I just wing it. I just, start in because I kind of know where I'm going and I know how to put it together. I'm going to go over it in a video because so many people have said, how do you do that? And I don't want to write out a pattern because, first of all, I don't know how, and I'd probably mess it up. So I'll just do it. I'll explain it in a video. Here's another one. This is for my little blue gals. I love blue. It's my favorite color. If you haven't noticed, I wear it a lot. So that's another one. This one is kind of earthy tones. Isn't that pretty? And these are all cotton or hand-dyed wool. I don't use any synthetic fabrics. And here's the thing, if you are a knitter or a crocheter, you'll know the difference between, polyesters and that sort of thing and real fabrics like cotton and wool. It's a world difference. And unfortunately, I cannot work with non-natural fibers anymore. I don't know. I've just become kind of sensitive to it. It doesn't feel good. It feels good when I'm working with hand-dyed wool, that somebody lovingly put in the dye vat and all that. So here's a kind of a fun one. This sort of has, maybe I could name this one after Mexican food. Isn't that kind of like bright and Hispanic, and maybe Portugal, or I don't know, Brazil, something like that. Oh, this one is another blue one right here. Deborah, if you're watching, this is like the green one that you tried to buy, but it was already sold. Only it's blue. Oh my gosh. This one's a little smaller. And in the terms and conditions, when you buy one of these, is you have to go to the farmer's market. That's part of it. I'm trying to get people to go to the farmer's market and buy food that doesn't have a whole bunch of chemicals in it. Here's another one. kind of pink and blue. And then this is the last one. How many did anybody count? I don't know how many I have. When I get up to like maybe 20, then I'll do a sale. And then this one is the last one. So that's where I at. You know, you might think, well, how do you have time to do all of that? It's what I do to relax. Like I'll get up in the morning and I have my coffee and it's dark because I get up really early, like a little before 5. And then I just sit here and crochet. I only look at my phone briefly when I wake up to see if there's an emergency text from my daughter. And if there's no emergency text, that phone goes away and I sit and crochet and drink my coffee for a couple hours. It is the best way to start the day. It's the best way. And then I just sort of ease into my day, after that. So that's how I have time, because when I'm just hanging around the house and I just want to sit down for a few minutes because I've been doing a bunch of stuff, I'll sit down and crochet for 10 minutes and then I'll go back and start doing stuff again. Do you sell them? Yeah, I do sell them. Actually, I've sold them once. I had, I think, 14 or 15 and I sold them in a live and they sold out in like 10 minutes, really quick. So if you're interested, you kind of have to catch it. But I do let you know if you're on the email newsletter list, which is linked down below. I sent out a bunch of notifications like it's coming, it's coming. If you want some bags, it's coming, that sort of thing. Because a lot of people wanted them and they ended up selling out really, really quickly. So if you're interested, get on the email list and then you'll hear about them. Let's see, Virginia, Boston checking in. Is it warm in Boston yet? Or are you guys still cool? Loving your bags. I'm a beginning knitter. Watch out, sweetie. It's a slippery slope. Before you know it, you've got yarn in every empty drawer in the house. Don't know how to crochet. Love the bags. Good. Oh, gosh. Well, that's what I'm up to. I'm going to have blueberries. I'm going to make a little cobbler this evening and hang around the house. I actually started painting, too. So I'm working on a little series of paintings, and that's been fun. Nobody told me what they're doing for the summer. Is anybody going on vacation? Had a cool front this week with nice mornings, starting to warm up in the 80s today, 90s tomorrow. So, oh, that's nice. Good. All right, everyone. So wrapping up, CBDistillery is the boss event all month long. And if you're not on the Sunday morning email newsletter list and you want to stay connected, you might want to. It's really fun. Everybody loves it. It's a thing. People get up on Sunday morning, they read the email newsletter, they watch the Sunday morning video, they have their coffee. It's a thing. And I'm telling you, if I don't have that video up at 6 a.m., I'm getting emails. So it's a popular time of the day. CBDistillery all month long with the boss event. All the information is down below. 30% off the entire website. Anything from the whole line, including some for your pets. And that'll be all month long. And it's an exclusive sale to us. So thank you to CBDistillery for that great discount. Let's see. Oh, Joe, thanks to you, I bought a blueberry bush. No blueberries yet. Well, keep at it. You'll have a lot. I bought 4, which is 3 more than I needed. But I'm a big fan of blueberries because they have such good antioxidant properties. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I always love having this time with you guys. I would do lives all the time if you guys were into it because I love it. It makes me feel more connected to you because you guys get to talk back and ask me questions. And I like that a lot. All right. Make it a great day. I'm going to go ahead and have a little lunch, finish up on my paintings, and I will be back this Sunday with a brand new fun video. All right. Take care. Bye now.